Okay, guys, so I'm gonna do my dishes, and I'm gonna do the dishes, and I'm gonna explain it. Just a few pointers to you guys, maybe for about 5 minutes or so forth. All right, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna do the dishes and so forth. But anyway, I'm gonna place the cell phone very far away, but you guys can still hear what I'm saying. And you click. Great stop. Yeah, no, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm doing the dishes, and I don't care that your name is Doug. Stop calling me up. I'm telling you. No, I don't want to have to explain to you why I issued the warrant against you. It's an INTERPOL warrant. Your real name or your original name was Doug. First name was Doug. You went by Craig Robinson consistently. All right. Well, I'm gonna send over agents to you, and you're not gonna bother me anymore. They'll tell you how to get back to New York, to eat in New York, and you stay there. All right. You're gonna have to stay under house arrest. I told you I cannot support any of the criminal activity that you guys are committed to or conducted. I just cannot be part of trying to rationalize if that was right or wrong, when clearly those were unlawful and unconstitutional activity that you guys committed to. I'm pretty sure of it. All right, yeah, okay. I do have the Bluetooth on. Yeah, I'm using my secondary phone. I'm speaking to you. Well, I'm using my other phone to record that I'm doing my dishes. My dad just told me to publish this right away. They need to know that I know how to be a normal person, within my house or my household per se, and so forth. Yeah, that's a regular routine that I conduct every day. I do the dishes for the most part usually every day, sometimes every day and a half. But yeah, so what? All right, okay. Well, don't read my father's text. Don't read his work account or text or any of that. All right, you have a nice day, man. So yeah, I'm doing my dishes once again, guys, and yeah, I was just on the phone and so forth, and I don't know why the recorder just went out, but I just turned it back on. But yeah, I'm gonna do my dishes, and I might state a few. I might say something here and there, a few pointers on what we are working on regarding the Central Intelligence Agency and INTERPOL partnership. Yeah, so guys, yeah, so guys, so we are going to create INTERPOL officially as an agency, as a continental hemispheric agency, and I'm pretty sure, come on. I'm gonna have to do a bit more, a few more dishes, but anyway. But certainly, INTERPOL is currently an organization of member, national agencies per se on law enforcement, this and this and this and that. But essentially by in signing and drafting and signing the Free Trade and Economic Agreement of the Americas, the FTEAA, and in ratifying the consequent EAA, meaning the Free Trade and Economic Area of the Americas, INTERPOL will be accorded agency status, continental agency status, meaning hemispheric agency status, as the managing supranational organization prescribed the duty of regulating the interaction and the policy framework and the procedures and coordination of domestic law enforcement agencies throughout the Americas regarding each and every one of the member states of the Organization of American States, meaning the OAS. And yeah, I do understand that I'm impressing everyone. I've received a lot of emails saying that, yeah, this is shockingly impressive, and this is it. But this is not the reason why I'm doing my work. It's not to impress people, but I do understand that providing some sort of good impression or some sort of exceptional, rare, and even meteoric or even supernova impressiveness does allow me to be able to do my job competently, and not under seclusion, but to maintain some sort of sovereignty. Or autonomy in doing my job as prescribed to me per my federal contract and with the United States government, and INTERPOL, with the CIA being the lead agency and the lead tool or how would you say it, vessel of our operation and my management of our operation. So they say, well, this is not, what I'm saying is not dyslexic at all. It's certainly not schizophrenic, but I do understand that sometimes I do talk in technical terms that just to express exactly the function of whether I'm speaking on a directive or whether I'm speaking on an organ of one of the organizations that we are auditing or creating or refining or evolving, or whether I'm speaking of just an initiative or a law or procedure or some sort of treaty provision, I am always trying to accommodate common understandings and to accommodate fair assessment and to accommodate feedback, profitable and prudent feedback, and to accommodate people wanting to hear what I have to say, regarding my job in deciding the policies of the Central Intelligence Agency as the lead agency of the federal government of the United States, as its manager, and in all honesty, as its transcriptive and instructive policy making, chief. So chief manager or chief in general, but. Yeah, what I'm saying is not garbage at all in any sort of way. No segment or fragment of what I'm saying to you guys is rubbish in any sort of way. I am very serious about what I'm articulating, and sometimes I do say stuff very simple, in simple tones or in simple, modes of diction, but I certainly am very commendable in how I do engage people, whether it's laymen or professionals, whether it's intellectuals, or whether it's civil society activists, outside of intellectual work having to do with social and grassroots, activism, canvassing, fundraising, polling and things of that nature. All right, I'm not addicted to anything. But I'm very disciplined, and I do feel comfortable when I work hard. I do feel comfortable when I take my work seriously. I do feel comfortable when I go over each and every fragment and segment and element of whatever policy, rule, work paper, work report, legal analysis, brief, document, docket, whatever I'm working on. I take my time and I'm very diligent. Whatever I'm articulating on, whatever I'm corresponding on, I also take very seriously. Even when I write a simple email or even a memorandum, I'm very, very straight to the point, but I'm very, very comprehensive, meaning very detailed and very formal in how I address a particular topic, or how I instruct something, or how I inquire or request a certain, inquire on a certain, issue, or request a certain, a conduct, or a certain act or action or procedure, and this and that. Yeah. All right. So even especially as the manager, as the manager of the United States government and its partnership, in doing so, I do inquire on a lot of stuff. I don't just sit there and act as if I know all things in all contexts per se. I do inquire on every matter which is relevant to whatever I'm working on. And if I don't need to inquire on it because I have developed a broad understanding and a micro-analytical understanding and skill set for that particular issue, as I am as is a custom of me at this particular point, regarding the breadth of what I work on, whether it's federal government work, state government work, international work, United Nations, INTERPOL, whether it's hemispheric work, whether it has to do with NATO, or whether it has to do with social activism and civil society and this and that, and faith-based institutions and subsidiaries and contractors and things of that nature. I do take, I do know how to inquire, and I do know how to instruct and be very assertive in saying that all laws and relevant policies have been addressed, and I do know exactly what I'm speaking on. I do know that this particular policy and mandate or order of our managing, organization or agency, or whatever you want to perceive of it, is perceived. However it's perceived, I need you guys to know that I am very disciplined and rigid in my development of every response to inquiries myself. I hopefully everyone else within within our scheme of government management and providing assistance and legal and counsel or legal consultation to government agencies and bureaus and partners and so forth. Yeah. Okay. So once again, I do respond to prudent and disciplined work. I do respond to inquiries myself, and I take it seriously whenever I am communicated to. When it's nonsensical, I do communicate immediately that this is nonsensical. I'm not going to say, well, you were harassing me, do not contact me again. But if it's nonsensical, I do communicate this very discreetly and very ethically. But I do commend, sound inquiries from federal agencies all over the country. And I do have a special office here that is undisclosed that I cannot speak of. So I do know what I'm talking about. When I say formal and nominality, when I speak of formality and nominality, or covert procedure having to do with internal policies of the Central Intelligence Agency and so forth, I'm not just speaking about ordinary correspondences during social, get-togethers or social, communication between agents or between personnel and staff members and this and that. I do know the difference. Obviously, I'm not iterating anything that I've spoken on with anyone during casual dinner, or as a joke, or as some sort of test of conscience, or some sort of test of common sense, or any of that. All right. So what appears to be even scary to you guys at times, I understand. But those of you who have been briefed to the point of having to see this particular video, I'm pretty sure will be told that I'm not a crazy man, that I'm not sick in any sort of way, and that I will be able to prove to you guys what I need to prove to you guys about the consistency of the truths, the facts that I've provided to you, that understandable, that comprehensible to humanity, comprehensible to everyday people and professionals alike, and that which is top secret and classified and very, very hard to believe on face value without being briefed. And yes, I did say comprehensible this time around, and if proceed in this particular instance, I might have said comprehensible. I might have uttered comprehensible, but it's technically sound. Also, that's technically your term. It's not. It's almost obsolete, but it's a correct terminology. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna finish doing my dishes. Hold on. I might speak on something else. So, yeah, so well, I've done most of the dishes. I do have to cook this whole chicken. I'm gonna have to bake it. I don't know why this is okay. I'm gonna have to. Pretty sure it's defrosted completely at this point. Let me turn on the lights. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this up, and I'm gonna place this in the oven And I'm gonna finish having I'm gonna have coleslaw. And so I have some chicken drumsticks in there, but I'm gonna bake this whole chicken tonight and so forth. I'll have some of it tonight and the rest tomorrow. But anyway, so yeah. So what I've revealed to you guys is top secret, and it's also top secret that Freemasonry, that the federal government of the United States of America, even though it's sovereign as the official and nominal government of the United States of America, as a representative republic and democracy, it still was created as Freemasonic in nature, Freemasonic by accreditation, but not condemned or limited by the religious beliefs associated with Freemasonry, or the connection with interdimensional understandings and so forth. What is conventional, as needed to conduct good government or good governance, to conduct civil society in compliance with law and order, and to serve as benefactor to the respective constituency or the population, and the population in general, is completely constitutionally preserved by the Constitution of the United States and the federal government itself and its subordinates. But yes, the United States federal government is literally a Freemasonic institution, per cultural notions and understandings, which is secret and and classified within the Central Intelligence Agency and other agencies within the federal government of the United States. So once again, I'm going to iterate this. The United States federal government has from the very get-go, from the beginning, been identified, and correctly so, as a Masonic institution when it comes to cultural mores, when it comes to traditions per se, but it's not limited by any sort of religious or cultural or social beliefs of Freemasons in any sort of way, as the supreme law of the United States, the Constitution of the United States, and all treaty agreements protecting it and its ethical intent are supreme law and order of the United States of America and its government. Okay, guys.